In this video, we're gonna build a raised garden bed with a built-in bench. So you can sit down on one end and right behind you, you got the raised garden bed. So our plan is to go 6 feet wide and 4 feet deep. We're probably gonna aim for about 18 inches high. Bench area is gonna be about 1 feet. So the raised garden bed is gonna be 3 by 6. Plenty of room to plant potatoes, lettuce, maybe carrots, we'll see. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut all the front and back pieces, and then we're gonna go to the sides. The front and back, they're gonna be 72 inches, 6 feet. So we'll cut 6 of those. The inside, we're gonna cut at 45 inches, because then we'll have 1.5 inches in the front, 1.5 inches in the back, and that'll give us the 4 feet. Once we put all those together, then we'll start building the separator for the bench, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we cut all of our fronts, our backs, and our sides. So all those are cut. We got some of our scrap pieces that we got left over. We're gonna create L's out of these, right? So we'll screw these in together, and then what we will do is, that is what will attach to these, to the front and backs. And then we'll take these side pieces, and we'll have to offset these L brackets that we're gonna make, so the side pieces fit flush, and then we'll screw right in there and screw right in there. And then we'll go on and on with all the pieces. We'll do the other side as well, and then we'll build the back side. So it would also be a good idea to have someone helping you, because this is gonna get heavy. All right, built one of them together, put one of them in, just 3 screws. All right, it's not gonna be seen. And this is pretty much how I did it. I just put one on top of the other, and just to kind of help, I put the line there. That's how thick it is. I get my 3 screws.
Now, I really want to take a moment here and say that you do not need any fancy tools to make this. You don't need a miter saw or a table saw or planers or joiners or whatever. You can do this entire thing with just a basic circular saw and a drill gun. You could go to your big box stores and grab some for pretty cheap these days too. And if you're looking for even cheaper and you can wait, try Facebook Marketplace. I've gotten many tools from there, and if you're patient, you can get great deals. All that being said, the hardest part of this entire build is just starting. Once you can get past that point of just thinking about it and actually starting, you will be amazed at what you can do.
All right, we got the front or the back, whichever one it is, set up. So we put it upright, kind of put this right up against it, and it's coming out pretty good. Now don't be worried if, like, this kind of is kind of angled inwards, so this is actually coming in a little bit, but once we put that other side, it'll kind of like just bring that out and make it nice and square. So now we'll just kind of get our screws and just put it in, put the next one on top, screw that in, the third one, and then we'll go to the other side.
So I had a basic idea of what I was doing, but I'll admit, I did a lot of improvising here. So don't get hung up on coming up with all the little details before you start. Just start cutting your pieces, and as you put them together, you'll see exactly what problems need solving, and you might even come up with a few ways to improve upon your original vision. A great example of this is that we originally planned to have the bench portion be nothing more than just a bench. But as we started getting a better visual of what it was we were building, Mikey had the brilliant idea to put the top on hinges so we could use that empty space as storage, and it really paid off.
So now we're gonna build the separator, which is gonna be for the bench. We're gonna put some more braces over here on both sides, and that way we can screw these in from this side. I got 2 of the pieces cut. I'm cutting them a little bit long and then kind of inching close to the final cut. That way it's a nice tight fit. So I got 2 of them cut, we need 1 more. I'm gonna bring this one with me just to use this one as a measurement.
Another thing worth noting here is that if you make mistakes, don't dwell on it too much. Accept that you've made the mistake and try to figure out how to go about fixing it. The greatest woodworkers out there will tell you that a big part of what makes them so great is that they know how to fix the mistakes they make. And trust me, they do make them. Just try not to keep making the same mistake over and over again.
All right, we're gonna put the bench, the 2 pieces of the bench together. We gotta tie them together, but we do want to make it look decent. It's gonna, even though it's gonna be on the underside, we also have to make sure that it fits. So I got some spacer pieces to make sure we're off the side the correct amount and off the back side the correct amount. And then the next one is, and then we'll move those spacers to the next piece and it'll be symmetrical. All right, so we're gonna put the trim on, but we came across a problem. How are we gonna screw it on? We could screw it from the top, but so far we put a lot of effort into not having any screws on the exterior. So once this is complete, you won't see any screws. So we don't want to screw it straight from the top. So we're gonna use pocket holes. And we did not plan for this, so we are just going to improvise. And I know I have a handheld one somewhere, but this will work just as well. We'll go like this, screw it in. I don't have any exterior screws that's gonna work for this right now, but I do have interior ones, so we'll just put those on for now, and then we'll come back and replace it with the exterior ones. All right, last time. Hey! That's it. Yeah.
We planted mostly potatoes here and some lettuce, and this was a first for us. Normally it's just been the typical tomatoes, cucumbers, and peppers. The romaine lettuce, we have not had any luck with. They've been tasting bitter, and if I let them grow a little bit more, they were just wilting away. I'm sure I'm doing something wrong, but I don't know what that is. So if you have any ideas, please comment below and help us. The potatoes, on the other hand, are out of control. They are growing so large that they're leaning over each other at this point. I've heard it's best not to trim them back, so we're just leaving them alone and letting them grow. Hopefully in another month and a half, we will be harvesting plenty of potatoes, and that should be around the same time that our hens start laying eggs, so I foresee omelets in my future. Keep an eye out for our next video, which will show an update of our homestead up to this point. We have some big plans coming soon, so please don't forget to subscribe and smash that like button. And until next time, happy homesteading, homies.